Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing and trying and doing a wear test of the super viral Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Foundation. Honestly, I am so intrigued in this. Firstly, it went insanely viral on TikTok, on Instagram, pretty much everywhere. I believe it's like a dupe to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter. Whether or not that is the case, we will find out today. But this one is a primer, a concealer, a highlighter, and a foundation all rolled into one. And the videos that I have seen of this, literally it makes people's skin look perfect. So excited to be finally testing it. Now here in Australia, it comes in 5 shades, but apparently they are self-adjusting shades. We'll go through the shade range in a little bit. And it's really interesting when you kind of look at the formula in the packaging, you can see like it almost kind of shimmering in there. Really interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on my skin. We're going to do a wear test. We're going to see just how well this holds up and whether or not it makes my skin look perfect. So if you're interested in checking that out, then please stick around. All right, so quickly before we actually do the application, let's quickly go through the shades. We've got Fair Light here. We've got Light, which honestly, these both look almost exactly the same in the packaging. This one here is number 2 Medium, which honestly is probably my, Light might be my closest match. I'm kind of in between both of these shades, so I might mix both of them. And then we've got Medium Deep and Deep, which are both really beautiful, rich shades. So apparently this formula self-adjusts to suit your skin tone. Because it's more of a sheer coverage, like glowy kind of a product. Yeah, apparently all 5 of these shades can be stretched across all skin tones, which I'm kind of like, really? But we'll find out. So apparently this will blur my skin, provide coverage, provide glow, and even skin tone. So let's give it a go. I'm actually kind of tempted to try the medium. Oh, I can't get into it. Packaging is super cute. It looks just like the Maybelline concealer, and you take the cap off, and then you twist it, I believe, until the product comes up through the top there. All right, so I'm just applying this all over my face. I think I'm gonna use a brush to blend it. So taking one of our Nikkia Cosmetics foundation brushes, I'm just gonna blend this into the skin. God, it's actually really, whoa, really pretty on the skin. It's very glowy. It's blending out really easily. Definitely more of a medium coverage. For me and my skin, I think I'd be looking to wear this and pair this with a concealer just for a little bit more coverage, but it's certainly like very lightweight, very glowy, very perfecting, very like no makeup kind of makeup look. Okay, I am loving the glow that this has given my skin. It literally looks like I've just come back from a tropical holiday. It's low to medium coverage. It's like the Maybelline website claims this is a medium coverage product. It's like a light coverage product, but at the same time, very flattering finish on the skin. It just adds like a hint of color, some glow. It's definitely smoothed the skin. I think that it looks really pretty. What I will do is quickly chuck on some concealer with this, just sort of on my breakouts and underneath my eyes just to brighten those areas. But honestly, I think that this looks beautiful on the skin, truly. All right, so I've added a little bit of my ABH Magic Touch Concealer and I have powdered it down, of course, with our NJC Velvet Finishing Powder. Honestly, now that I have done that, it literally could pass as a full coverage product. One thing that I did notice that was very interesting, and I did try and zoom in and get the camera to show it, is the formula before it's powdered. Actually, like you can actually see the shimmeriness that I was talking about in the bottle. You can actually see that on the skin. I did try to show this before. It's pretty unlikely you're going to be able to see it, but you can kind of see those very tiny little shimmer particles. It's not so shimmery to the point where it actually, you know, emphasizes texture on the skin or anything like that, but it's definitely visible on the skin. So if you're not into that sort of glowy kind of complexion look, you're gonna hate this. But honestly, with powder and concealer, it's so natural, it's so beautiful. I've pretty much concentrated the concealer just underneath my eyes as well as the powder, and I've kind of left, you know, the rest of the skin fairly untouched. It's just gorgeous. It's glowy, it's lightweight, it's perfecting. Still feels a little sticky on the skin, so I probably will add just a tiny bit of powder in those areas because obviously being an oily skin type, we need that. But so far I am pretty damn impressed. So I'll quickly add some bronzer, some blush. I'll finish off the rest of my makeup and then I'll come back and show you the final, how everything is looking, and then we will start our wear test. Okay, so here it is with the rest of my makeup done. I've got obviously the concealer, the powder, bronzer, blush. One thing that I am noticing with this formula that is slightly irritating, if you bump your face, it pretty much comes off straight away. So I tried to contour my nose and it pretty much transferred off straight away. I also had a little bit of an issue just sort of up here with it transferring off when I applied my cream blush. Maybe it's an oily skin thing, and it's going to be interesting to see how that goes, you know, obviously as I wear it throughout the day, because yeah, kind of annoying. I managed to fix it just with like a little bit of concealer and a little bit of powder, but definitely something to be aware of. But honestly, I think that it looks beautiful, and honestly, it looks like I've applied like a medium to full coverage product now. Like with that extra, like that added coverage from the concealer, it honestly looks beautiful. Like I'm obsessed. Very smooth, very glowy still, very natural, very lightweight. Bear in mind, I do have a little bit of skin peeling on either sides of my eyebrows up here, so that's not patchiness from the actual product itself. That's my skin peeling. And I can definitely see in person like that shimmeriness. It's kind of unfortunate. It doesn't actually really show up on camera, but you can see it in person. And if you've ever like swatched the product in store, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like this slight shimmeriness to it. But yeah, I think that looks really nice. It's going to be interesting to see how this wears. So I'll be wearing this for the rest of the day. I'll do a check-in. It's probably going to be about 12 hours in total. I'll do a check-in halfway through the day and show you, and then I'll, you know, obviously show you my skin later on tonight when I go to take off my makeup. But first impression, I like it. Let me know your thoughts at this point in the comments, how you're thinking it's going, how you're thinking it's looking. And I'll see you guys in about 6 hours. Okay guys, so we are 6 hours into wearing this foundation now, and as you can see, I am a little bit shiny, but I tell you what, I feel like it's a nice level of shine. Like I feel like it's actually quite flattering. I look dewy, I look glowy. I feel like the formula has really melted into my skin. Oh, it might be looking maybe a tiny little bit patchy here, just where I've been leaning up on my face. Like I did say earlier on in the video, it does have kind of like this ability to sort of transfer off when you touch your skin. And being that it, like the formula promotes itself and is even written on here to be a primer as well, I didn't use a primer, but potentially that transfer off factor that could be changed with me wearing like a mattifying primer or like a primer that actually helps to stop transfer. I mean, that's just something worth considering. But other than that, I just feel like I look really dewy, I look really glowy, I feel like my skin looks really healthy. I'm not noticing really any settling or any caking, it hasn't separated anywhere. And despite the fact that my oils have come through, it hasn't broken up. So I'll zoom you in. Here's a little look nice and close. Like, I mean, I'm shiny, I'm dewy, I'm glowy, I'm shiny. You know, you can definitely see my shine coming through. But the formula still held up really well. So this is my skin close up. I find this formula quite flattering. Like it's definitely not like perfect, like, you know, I look photoshopped at this point, but it's really, really nice. It's healthy, it's glowy, and it's natural. So yeah, this is 6 hours. I'll see you guys again in another 6 hours and we'll see how it's holding up then. All right, so we are back with our final check-in of this foundation. And as you can see, I'm an oil slick. It is very, very shiny, but bear in mind, even though it is so shiny and glowy and like literally, like look at the sides of my nose, it is so shiny. Even though it's this shiny, it actually hasn't broken up, caked or separated. Now, I'm still having issues with the transferring problem, so I am missing quite a bit of product on my chin, you know, just from leaning on it like during the day, a little bit on the sides of my face here. But other than that and the shininess, it still looks pretty nice on the skin. Like, I mean, look at the glow. We've got a glowy moment happening here, guys. A very glowy moment happening here. Overall, not too bad. Let's just give it a quick touch up and see how it comes up. We're going to take our Velvet Finishing Powder. And I mean, the thing to consider as well is this is a formula that's designed to be glowy on the skin, to look glowy on the skin. Glow is what you're going to expect, but when you're sometimes messing with oily skin with glowy products, this is the result. So it's not necessarily like it's a bad formula. It's just oily skin, you know, it can tend to happen. Oh, but she touches up nicely. And part of really testing these formulas, you know, when I do these wear tests and when I do these reviews, is to see how well they hold up, like without doing any touch-ups during the day. Like normally I would be doing touch-ups during the day. But look at that. She's touched up really, really nicely. And I love the way that it touches up, but it still looks glowy. Like, it doesn't look like cakey, it doesn't look powdery, it doesn't look flat on the skin. It still looks really, really nice. So I am gonna say, guys, for a natural moment, for an everyday, quickly chuck on the skin, quickly blend out, for days when you're wanting like a really natural coverage, for days when you want to look really glowy, I actually quite like this formula. Now, what I am going to do, and like I did say earlier on in the video, is I'm going to test this with an actual primer. Because of my skin type and because of my oily skin and everything, for me, that transferring thing, it's just too annoying. But I do think that a primer will fix it. I think it's pretty cool. I do really like this, and I can see why it has gone so viral, because honestly, literally took 2 seconds to blend out. And I'm also, something else I will do is I'll wear it side by side with the Charlotte Tilbury one, and I'll let you know whether or not it is an exact dupe. Even we can do like a whole video on that if you like. Yeah, it's really nice. I wouldn't say, I don't like it as much as the e.l.f. Halo Glow. That formula I actually do prefer more, but it's very close in terms of, I guess, finish on the skin and how it looks on the skin. And I mean, this one isn't sold out. That e.l.f. one literally sold out all the time. It's like impossible to get your hands on it. It's so annoying. But let me know all of your thoughts on how you think this looks on my skin. Have you tried this formula? Do you love it? Do you hate it? I'd love to know all of your thoughts. And I will keep testing this with a primer, even mixed in with a foundation. I feel like would be glorious. But yeah, I'll keep testing. I'll keep updating you guys. And I hope that this video was helpful. I love you all heaps. Have an amazing day. And I'll catch you in my next video.